begin the interview by saying that you have played a very unknowingly important role in my life.
Yeah.
You spoke at my college graduation.
At
Emerson College.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good speech.
Yeah, it was a great speech.
Yeah.
You actually told the story about Jimmy Stewart that I heard you tell again a few weeks ago at a screening of this film.
I told that story at Emerson?
You did.
I thought I talked a lot about Robert Graves, didn't I?
A lot about Robert Graves, Hitch. Talked a little bit about Hitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed this film. It was great to get to see it.
Good.
Because we had talked about it a little bit the last time we spoke.
Mm-hmm.
You were in production on it. I understand, I heard you say this actually at the screening, that your friends Noah Baumbach and Wes Anderson really encouraged you to make this film at this point. Could you talk a little bit about that encouragement they gave you?
Well, it wasn't that they encouraged me. What happened was I knew them both, and Louise Stratton, who was my co-writer on the script, and one of the producers, as it turned out, said, why don't you ask Wes and Noah if they would executive produce the film? And they agreed to do it. They liked the script, and they agreed to do it. And they got us their agency, UTA, to help raising the money, and they did some of that money raising. And Wes and Noah were very helpful in getting it going.
Right. Getting the production going, the sort of the
Getting
business side of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they call me Pop, so I call them my sons.
Well, it's very interesting because knowing their work as filmmakers and knowing your work as a filmmaker, there is a correlation. I mean, you can see a connection of maybe you being the father of the type of films that they make as filmmakers today.
Well, it could be. Wes said that he and Owen saw the Last Picture Show together, and that their first film, they were trying to do something like that.
Right, with Bottle Rocket.
With Bottle Rocket, yeah.
Owen's great because he's such a great everyman. I mean, I think you can really, any person can sort of relate to him as that figure in a story.
Yeah.
And that's very much the case in this film. Is that why you wanted to cast him?
Well, I wanted to cast him because I got to know him. I really like him personally. He's a wonderful actor. And most important for me was the fact that he has a star quality that's real and not manipulated. He just has it.
Yeah. It's very organic, very natural.
Very, and it's in part of his nature. He is a star actor.
Imogen Poots, I think, almost steals every scene she's in the film.
She
is lovely. I mean, just such a lovely actress and a lovely performance. Had you been following her career for a while, or did you meet her through the sort of ordinary audition process to cast her in this film?
She was on a list that they gave me of about 5 women who were sort of on the rise, 5 young women who were all sort of on the rise and about the same age. And she flew in from Atlanta and met with me in New York at the Palm Court at the old Plaza Hotel. And she came and sat down, and we talked for a while, and she was English. And about 10 minutes into the conversation, I just knew she was the right girl because she was quirky, odd in her way of talking and her mannerisms and her thoughts. Very interesting, very unusual, and not at all planned. It wasn't like she was trying to be. She wasn't affecting this.
Again, organic. It was natural.
It was very natural. So within 10 or 15 minutes of the meeting, I said, "Don't tell anybody, but you got the part." And she said, "I don't have to read." I said, "No, you'd be terrific."
And she is. She's
and
absolutely
she is terrific. Yeah.
Mr. Bogdanovich, it was an honor to speak to you, sir.
Nice,
and
great to
17, 18 years later, it's great to meet you after the graduation. Thank you so much.
I'm glad that was a good speech.
Absolutely. Yeah.